friends, Krista here. Thanks for stopping by Books and Jams and welcome to another day of Vlogmas videos. Today we're going to be talking about my December TBR and all of the Christmas options that are before me. I have quite a few, but I am still going to go ahead and do my regular flip and roll TBR, choosing 5 books. I'm also going to pick 3 books out of my Patreon recommendations. All the ones that didn't get picked throughout this year are in this bucket, and I'm going to pick 3 more out to try to read throughout the month. And I am going to then just show you what Christmas book options, pile of possibilities, if you will, that I have on my shelves. And those are all kind of on my rotating shelf. I'm going to pull them out little by little because I don't know what I'm going to get to, but I'm going to sprinkle in some Christmas in the midst of everything else. Let's just jump right in. We're trying to go as quick as I can here. So we're going to jump right in to roll number 1. And that is a 4, which is book of the month. I'm not thrilled about book of the month, honestly. We'll see. I have a quarter here today. We're going to flip a coin. Woo! And it is heads, which is a prompt. So I'm going to pick a prompt out of here. I'm just not wasting any time today. The prompt says, read a book about books. Do I have one? I think I only had one. So The Library of Legends by Janie Chang is the one going on to my TBR. This looks very springy, not very December, but this is about China in 1937 and students in Nanking, China, ordered to flee. Lian and a convoy of students, faculty, and staff must walk 1,000 miles to safety. And it's not just the refugees at risk. The group has been entrusted with a priceless treasure, a 500-year-old collection of myths and folklore known as the Library of Legends. So it's historical. It is about books. I am excited to read it, and I've been wanting to try a Janie Chang book. Here we go. Book number 1. Let's roll again. It is a 1, which is a series book. Let's see if we're going to do a prompt or a spinner wheel. It's heads again, which is a prompt. I kind of like it. Gives me a little control. Let's see one that's in here. Okay, let's see if I can make this work for a series book. A book recommended by one of your besties. A series book recommended by a bestie. It's possible if I went through this whole thing, I could find one that was recommended by a bestie, but just looking through my spreadsheet for series, I don't see anything. Okay, so I'm going to pick again. This one is a little one. It's very small. Read a book physically. Whew, okay. Read a book physically. Perfect. I can totally do that. I'm going to say The Christmas Appeal. I have it. It's in this house somewhere. I just don't know where it is at the moment. But that is technically a part of the Appeal series. I will definitely be reading this in print. So that will be my second book on my TBR for the month. And it gets me one of my Christmas books onto the list, which I am very thrilled about. So let's roll again. 2, I got a 2, which you can't, I'm not really showing you. You just have to trust me. We're trying to go quick today, friends. 2 is my recommendations cart, which is this cart that sits right in front of me. There's lots of books still on there for the year. Let's flip to see if I'll be doing a spinner wheel or a prompt this time. That did not flip hardly at all and got us heads again, which is another prompt. I'm glad to be using up these prompts because this is technically the last month with these prompts. I'll be getting all new ones for 2026, and I'm switching around what the categories are going to represent for 2026. Read a book written and published in the 19th century. Nope. I don't have one on my recommendations cart this year. Try again. I mean, I have some on my shelves, but not on the cart. This says, okay, a book with a natural phenomenon in the title or on the cover. A natural phenomenon. Let's see. I had a hard time with this one too. Looking at all my choices, I had nothing that was like a weather related phenomenon. Like I think I'm feeling thrown by the word phenomenon. But I had ones with river, forest, things along that line. But I think the one I'm going with is The Arctic Fury by Greer McAllister. I feel like an Arctic Fury would be a scary thing, like a blizzard in the already Arctic. I don't know. I just feel like that could fit. I'm making it fit. So the Arctic Fury by Greer McAllister. This feels very wintry. This is not what it looks like in December here in Virginia, but when I go up to my mom's and Christmas time, it's very possible there could be snow on the ground. So I feel like this will be a good fit for December. So that's going to be book 3. Okay, roll number 4 is a 3, which is NetGalley. All right, let's see if we're going to do prompts again or if we're going to use a spinner. And actually, this is roll 4. Did I say 3? It's roll 4. Ooh, that was a good flip. And it's tails. So we're going to do a spinner wheel. Here's my NetGalley spinner. And we're going to see what I'm going to get. I shuffle, 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 and spin. What's it going to be? What's it going to be? Okay, I'm thrilled about this, actually. The King's Messenger. Yes. So here is The King's Messenger by Susanna Kearsley. Look at it has pretty stamped sprayed edges. Another historical fiction. I haven't read a Susanna Kearsley this year, but she's an author I would love to read everything that she's written. This one takes place in 1613 with King James and his messenger, Andrew Logan. We see from both perspectives, I believe, and Andrew has a special ability that is going to come into play throughout this story. So I'm really looking forward to this. I have loved Susanna Kearsley in the past, and I guess I'm just meant to read some historical fiction this month because that is the 3rd out of the 4. 3 of the 4 are historical. And now we have one more roll. Oh, go down. Oh, it went right into my sleeve. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, it's a 2 again, which is my recommendations card. Let's see if we're going to do a spinner or a prompt. It's a spinner again. I don't know if you can see that, but it is tails. Here is my spinner for recommended. Let's see. I don't know what I'm hoping for. I don't know. So I'm going to shuffle, 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 and spin. I'm a little nervous. There's some chonkers on here. Something light? No. It's not what I was hoping for, but it's right in front of me here. It's okay. The game is bound and determined to give me historical books this month. So here we have The Island of Sea Women by Lisa C. I'm not wanting to read this book. I just don't feel like I want to read it in the wintertime. It feels more like a summertime read to me. But we're going to put it on the pile. We'll see if I can get to it. It is set on the island of Jeju. If we follow 2 girls from very different backgrounds as they begin working in the sea with their village's all-female diving collective. So this one takes place in the 30s and 40s in Korea. Again, we follow these 2 women who are female divers. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but here are the 4 plus the Christmas appeal for my flip and roll. The Library of Legends was a book of the month. Arctic Fury was a natural phenomenon from my rec heart. King's Messenger is a NetGalley, and Island of Sea Women from my rec cart, and then the Christmas Appeal is a series book. So those are my 5 flip and roll choices. Now I'm going to pick 3 more books to add to the pile from my Patreon recommendations. So I'm going to dive way down and pick out 3 of these. We'll do them one by one. So first we have List of Suspicious Things from Shannon. I'm excited to read this one. The List of Suspicious Things by Jeannie Godfrey. I've heard such good things. Katie from Life Between Words, my middle grade March co-host with the most, one of them, she has read this and really enjoyed it. And Shannon also read it and enjoyed it. And I'm looking forward to reading it too. So that's my first Patreon rec. Actually, I have 2 to add from December as well. So it'll be 5 Patreon recs right now. Second one is My Friends by Debbie from Debbie. I already read My Friends, so I get to pick again. For our second shot at number 2, we got a blue one this time. Appalachian Song by Michelle Shakti by Sarah. Recommended that one. Appalachian Song. I don't know what that is, but I will add it to my pile. And the third one is going to be this one. How the Penguin Saved Veronica. Lee gave me that one. Okay, so here we go. How the Penguin Saved Veronica by Hazel Pryor. I'm not even sure what this one is about. A curmudgeonly but charming old woman. Ha! That's the first part of the back there. I don't need to read anymore. I'm totally in. How the Penguin Saved Veronica. Look at the color scheme here. That's crazy. That's crazy. It's so random, but they all match. Okay, and then I did pick 2 at my meeting with the besties, and where are those ones? Here we go. The Joy in Praising God by Spurgeon from Mary Lou. So that's a nice nonfiction to add to the mix. And I can't find the other paper, the other little one that I pulled out of my bucket for December. So we're going to save that. But let me real quick, this is getting long, and I told you yesterday I was going to try to keep these videos quick. So I'm just going to go through my Christmas books that are living on my cart. And if you have a preference for any of these, ones that you've read and really loved, let me know. But we have The Christmas Blessing by Donna Van Leer. Oh, this is a sequel to The Christmas Shoes, but I've read The Christmas Shoes a long time ago. We have a Debbie Maycomer, Mrs. Miracle Christmas. A middle grade, The Christmas Saurus by Tom Fletcher. A Jenny Colgan, Christmas at Rosie Hopkins' Sweet Shop. Finding Christmas by Karen Shaler. Different here. We have a Christian Christmas one, The Enchanted Sonata by Heather Dixon Walwork. That is a Nutcracker retelling. Has such a beautiful cover. 2 murder mysteries, The Christmas Murder Game, which my friend read last year. I let her borrow it, and she said it was so good, by Alexandra Benedict. And Alexandra Benedict also has The Christmas Jigsaw Murders. So I have those 2 murder mysteries. I have another middle grade, The Christmas Pig by J.K. Rowling. Picture book of The Christmas Saurus by Tom Fletcher. So that might be kind of fun to read after I read the bigger one. We've got A Christmas Carol Murder by Heather Redmond. Classic, A Christmas Party by Georgette Heyer. Blame It on the Mistletoe, a rom-com by Beth Jared. I'm not sure about that one. Wedding in December by Sarah Morgan. Fern Michaels, The Brightest Star. You Make It Feel Like Christmas by Tony Shiloh. I have a classic Christmas, which has short stories and poems by quite a few classic authors. The Ghost of Christmas Past by Rhys Bowen. And the novella Everyone This Christmas Has a Secret by Benjamin Stevenson. And then I have these little tiny ones here. 5 little tinies. So The Dawning of Indestructible Joy, daily reading for Advent. The Case for Christmas by Lee Strobel. I read The Case for Christ this year. It might be fun to read his Christmas book. And then these are 3 classic authors. Christmas with Ella Montgomery, Christmas with O. Henry, and Christmas with Charles Dickens. And it's just short stories from the 3 of them. So that is all of my Christmas options that live on my shelf here that I will just kind of randomly pick from throughout the month when I feel like I need something else. And that is going to bring me to the end today. I've got all of those Christmas options, a few others that I don't have physically, and then this stack of fun bluish books for my TBR. I've got plenty of options for December, plus with all the videoing and editing, who knows what's actually going to get read. But audiobooks will be my friend. I'd love to hear from you. Which of these books that I showed here today are you the most excited for me to read? And what are you reading this month, in the month of December? Are you excited about anything specific? If you have any good Christmas book recommendations, let me know that down below. And that's going to be it for me today. I'll see you tomorrow in another Vlogmas video. Bye.